Let's take you now to South Carolina. We want to show you some live pictures where Hurricane Idalia is hitting after making landfall on Florida's Gulf Coast as a Category 3 storm with a kind of catastrophic wind that hasn't been felt in the state's Big Bend area in 125 years. Now, this afternoon, nearly 270,000 Florida homes and businesses are without power. 49 of Florida's 67 counties are under a state of emergency. And the storm hit nearly a year after Hurricane Ian devastated not only the state, but of course, up and down the eastern seaboard. But it was Florida's most expensive storm ever, with $65 billion in insured losses, $17 billion in uninsured losses. For more, let's bring in USAA President and CEO Wayne Peacock. Wayne, you're coming to us from USAA's command center right now, and I know that you have a high-tech look at some of the damage. Can you give me a sense of what you're seeing in Florida as we're watching the storm still moving its way up through the southeast?
Well, Contessa One, it's great to see you today. Great to be back with you. It's early days as we take a look at the storm. We're really clear about the rising water and challenges along Florida's Gulf Coast, certainly at the point of impact. And now we're standing by to really understand the wind impact as Idalia has worked its way through the Florida Panhandle and now into South Carolina. So within about 24 hours or so, I think we'll have really good eyes on target from the air, be able to assess that damage with more clarity.
When you look at your overall portfolio of states and customers, how big how much of your portfolio does Florida represent?
So Florida is really important to us. It is a great state for veterans and for currently serving military personnel. It's the number 3 state for us. We have about 1 million of our members in Florida. And today, maybe about 150,000 or so in the path of the storm through Florida and into South Carolina.
We have talked in the past about how difficult it is in terms of a business environment to operate in Florida because of, one, the fact that there is all of this exposure to hurricanes, 2, the regulatory environment, litigation, and fraud especially. Now you pile on that the inflation cost of replacing and repairing homes and cars, the inflation factor with labor and reinsurance costs, that is insurance for insurers. What's it like for you to be operating in Florida right now? Where is there still room for improvement?
Well, Florida is a very challenging market, probably one of the most challenging markets we operate in for all of the reasons that you described. As a mission-based organization taking care of military families, we're working hard to stay in the state and to continue to write and serve. So we've been really careful about how much exposure we write in coastal areas. And then being really, really careful in terms of the underwriting we're doing kind of neighborhood by neighborhood and house by house in order to write good risk, but also in order to take care of as many of our members as possible. So the other thing I would say is financial strength, as we've been building for 100 years, gives us the ability to absorb things like Ian last year or Idalia today and continue to be able to serve members well into the future.
So from what you just said there, it sounds like you said you're trying to write policies that are good risks. And that would suggest that there are policies that you will not write. Do you ever consider pulling out of counties or of states altogether, as some of your competitors have in Florida, in California, and elsewhere?
Well, again, I'll come back to our whole goal in life is to take care of our members. So we're working hard not to pull out of any states. And today we have not. What we're doing in Florida is being, again, thoughtful about the risks that we write, continuing to have a really strong balance sheet. And we're still growing in Florida, both with our auto insurance and with our homeowners insurance book. We're just trying to do it in a very careful, thoughtful, and measured basis. But for us, this is really about member service and serving our important constituents versus looking solely at the bottom line, where someone might make a decision, hey, let's move out of this state because of kind of the tough financial conditions.
Yeah, but of course, if you don't look at the bottom line, the business folds. And we've seen that happen with other insurers that have folded or just found it to be impossible to operate in the state. And now we're starting to see a similar trajectory in California as well. Wayne, it's good of you to come on and join us on I know it's a really busy day for you guys at USAA. So thanks for giving us some of your time.
Well, thanks, Contessa. And I just want to shout out to all of our teammates in Tampa. We've got about 5,000 there that are impacted personally as they continue to serve our members. And it's always good to be on with you guys. Thanks for bringing the story to life today.
Sure.